Bold prediction season continues. Or, put another way, do you believe something so bold that I'd put a 9.5 or higher on the boldness scale on it, only to see it hit this season, therefore earning you a chalice of supremacy? If you can pull that off, I welcome you to attempt it. Here we go. First up tonight, Tyler from Wildwood, Missouri. Ole Miss beats LSU in week 3, but they missed the college football playoff. Tyler, it's fairly bold, but I'm only giving it an 8.75 because of Ole Miss's schedule. It's not out of the realm of possibility at all that they beat LSU. That should be an extremely competitive game. That's week 3. That's Super Bowl mode for Pete Golding and company, who I think are very underrated. I mean, Trinidad Chambliss is starting for him, right, Jesse? Yeah, he is, so they're very underrated. So, yeah, man, they could absolutely win that game. But the problem is, after that, they still go to Florida. They got Missouri. They go to Texas. They got Auburn. They got Georgia. They go to Oklahoma. There are several losable games on here to where Ole Miss could beat LSU and still go 9-3 and be on the outside looking in. I could see that. And for that reason, I give it an 8.75. Now, remember, they have to beat LSU or the rest of it's a moot point. And so doing that plus still, finding a way to lose more games, that's not the wildest scenario in the world. It's bold, but it's not crazy. Next up, we go to the ACC. Hokie Man 31 from St. Louis, Missouri. Virginia Tech wins the ACC. That's a 9.5. Now, I don't doubt that James Franklin's going to upgrade Virginia Tech. I don't doubt that. That's his specialty. And doubly, especially when he's got the chip on his shoulder, yeah, he's going to do that. I mean, they were 3-9 last year. Here's my question. If we flip the record, Jesse, do you think a 9-3 Virginia Tech is en route to winning the ACC championship? Because I don't. Remember, there's a big difference in making the game versus winning it. Because you could make it there and still be a 20.5-point dog to Miami and lose. And that's, by the way, Miami's first ACC title. I just gave them hypothetically. But making it versus winning it, it sounds like you're going to have to go through Miami, and in Virginia Tech's case, they got to play Miami the second to last week of the season. So you may have to go through them twice. But they also got to go to Clemson. They got Georgia Tech at home. It's a very, very backloaded schedule. They go to Clemson and to SMU and to Miami in their last 5 games of the season. So I'm going to say a top 10 portal class, therefore creating a top 5 returning production roster, is a very good thing. They're going to be a competitive team, going to be a really fun team to watch. But they still got the 8th best odds to win the ACC. This is plenty bold enough. I'm going to put a 9.5 on it. Next up, hey guys, do me one favor. Check and see if you're subscribed to the channel. If you are, great. If you're not, it's that easy. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't sign you up for anything. It just helps us do the show this way forever. All right, back to the clip. This one's close. Roger from Harrisburg, PA? No, South Dakota, hit us up and said, Michigan wins the Big Ten, Ohio State misses the playoff. 9.25 for me, Roger. So firstly, we need a couple of things to happen here. Firstly, Ohio State needs 2 losses minimum going into the Michigan game, and then they need to lose that one. Now, Ohio State's schedule is brutal, and so they have at Texas, they got at Iowa, they go to Indiana, they go to USC, they got Oregon, at Nebraska, Michigan. There's several losable games here. Ton of lost production to the NFL. Maybe it's just a slight down year for Ohio State, and they do go 9-3 with a loss to Michigan there at the end. And maybe they do miss out on the playoff. Michigan also has to go win the Big Ten in this scenario. And both of those things happening, Ohio State being down, Michigan being up, you parlay these 2 things at FanDuel, it returns plus 2,000 odds. So if you want to do that, go ahead. But if you just want to put it on the show and aim for a chalice of supremacy, I'm only giving it a 9.25. So it's going to have to be the parlay for this one. My apologies. Lastly, this one's pretty creative. I will give credit for this one. More college football from Wall, New Jersey. Not a single team from Texas makes the college football playoff. Texas has 13 FBS teams. So you got Texas out there. You got A&M. You got Texas Tech and Houston, SMU, Baylor, TCU. You got UTSA. A lot of opportunities for a Texas team to make the playoff, and I'm just flat out telling you one of them at least is going to make the playoff. And therefore, I'm putting a 9.5 on this one. The Big 12 is what makes it hard, really, because You think about the Big 12, Texas Tech's the most likely to make it, but let's say Texas Tech doesn't make it. Well, you've also got Houston and TCU that are pretty high up in the odds to win the Big 12 that may end up being the beneficiary of Texas Tech not making it, and therefore they make it. So, like, in a weird sort of way, Texas Tech losing out could actually torpedo this prediction. But just think about Texas for a second. Texas missing the playoff this year. Not impossible, but them and A&M both missing out is pretty hard to imagine. Them and A&M both missing out and Texas Tech being out of the thing is even harder to imagine. Does SMU, as all that's going on, not put together a pretty decent season in the ACC where they have the second best odds to win the league? Does UTSA not make noise in the G5 ranks? So a lot going on there. I'm going to put a 9.5 on that one. That one earns a chalice if it hits. Now, a lot of those numbers that I just cited are available, like SMU. If you want to pick SMU to win the or to win the ACC, you can do that at FanDuel right now. It was plus 750, I think, when we made the graphic a few hours ago. So you could do those sorts of things. You got some Game of the Year stuff already up there, guys. I don't know if you've looked at that lately. Like, hey, if you just got inspired by Dabo Swinney, you could go grab Clemson plus double digits against LSU, who, by the way, they open with. If you really want to be crazy, you can go bet Clemson to win the ACC. And if you want to be just purely, absolutely out of this world insane, pick them to win a national title. Bet $5, win $5 million. Not official odds, by the way, but thereabouts. You can do all of it at FanDuel, the exclusive odds provider of the show. We do know we have a 12-team playoff this year. We do know the season will eventually get here. Or, translation, football is coming. It is. And the evidence of that is that we've got shirts that say that in the Pate State store right now. And those things moved the other day. Now, the bad news is, allegedly, this shirt was Jesse's idea. Allegedly. It's 3 words. Big deal. Alex designed it anyway. It's not like you picked up a pen. It's not like you pulled up Canva and got to work. We're not designing our shirts in Canva, but we could. We could theoretically. But look, this right here, this is really what Jesse's priding himself on right now. So if you think Jesse needs a little emotional pick-me-up, grab yourself a Football is Coming shirt. They're available in sleeveless too. And I saw several of our sleeveless options fly off the shelves the other day.